I think they thought we were going to react differently to the election results. And because we did not do what they calculated and predicted we would react, they could not in turn do what they were planning to do earlier, which was call martial law. They were not expecting for us to say, you know what, y'all handle this. Yeah, they weren't expecting for our reaction to be, we out. Y'all got this. We out. They weren't expecting that. That's not what our history and what our characteristics. It's been a long day, guys. That they perceive, that they think they know about us. They were expecting for us to get, again, emotional and get to react and not think. Once we saw the numbers that came in, and we were so done with it all that we threw our hands up and walked away. That's not what they were expecting. That's not what they were counting on. So ever since then, they've been needling away, trying to get a reaction. I mean, all these cuts, no reaction. And then here they come with David Chauvin. Pardon him. Dud, another dud, no reaction. Now, Trump is threatening, has threatened Washington, D.C. to get rid of the BLM Street, or they will not receive any federal funding. No reaction. The government, Elon telling the government to not pay the lease on Obama's library. No reaction. Now they want to try to sell off black historical museums, and no reaction. Doesn't that make you wonder why all the effort and our reaction? The protests are going on. The protests are happening all over the country. You have people in the street. You have people in the street upset about what you're doing. Why isn't that sufficient for y'all to call martial law? Why does it have to be black people in the street? And why are you going to such extremes to rile us? Why? What part of your plan did we play such a huge role in that is taking all this effort? What did you have for us as our role in your plans after the election? Because you have protests going on. You got people that are upset now. I'm quite sure some people are out there cussing and probably very irate. That, some cops should have felt threatened by now. Shouldn't rubber bullets have been shot into a crowd by now? Because as much as they thought they knew about us, they did not in any shape, form, or fashion predict the response we actually had, which was to throw our hands up and walk away. They were not expecting that. And I think it's delayed a lot of their plans that they had for martial law and such. I want to thank you guys for doing that. Yeah. And you know what? I really do believe it was just a true intervention between us and our ancestors, and the sweet spirit of our Heavenly Father to just say, peace be still. Peace be still. I have never seen the majority of our race be so calm and so not reactive but proactive. I like that. I like that. Not to be predictable. And because they could not predict, they had no idea this would be our response, they're completely thrown. So for every non-reaction they get, it makes them more desperate. The more desperate they get, I think their efforts are going to escalate. Because whatever it is they have planned, they need us to do it. Or they want us to do it. I say we don't give it to them. I say we don't give it to them. I say whatever it is they had planned, let them find another way to pull it off. But let's not give them our flesh, blood, lives. Let's not give them that. Because that's the only thing that's waiting for us out in those streets. No. They're going to have to find their ounce of flesh somewhere else this time. They're smart enough, let them figure it out. Because when we said we were through, when we said we were off, we weren't lifting a finger, we meant that. And not in any shape, form, or fashion. You guys started this fire. You guys put it out. You don't need us, remember? When it was time to stand alone, you showed us you did not need us. We stood alone. And we will continue to stand alone over here on the sideline. But it makes you really stop and think, what is it that they have planned that our presence is such a vital part of it? Let's keep striving to spend money in Black-owned businesses, DEI support businesses, and minding our own businesses. And let's make them go a route they never thought they'd have to go. If you want to call martial law, you have protesters out in the street right now. Do it. We're not coming out there. So